How to factorize a polynomial by splitting its middle term. To understand this, let's take a general example. Let's take a general quadratic polynomial ax squared plus bx plus c. What's the middle term here? Middle term is bx. So you have to factorize it by splitting it. Okay, let's understand this how to do. We know that a quadratic polynomial can have maximum 2 linear polynomials as its factors. Since it has degree of 2, that's why its 2 factors will be 2 linear polynomials. Let's say that the first linear polynomial is px plus q and next one is rx plus s. Now since these two are factors of it, therefore we can write it as px plus q multiplied by rx plus s. Okay, now if we take these two factors and if we use the distributive property of multiplication or addition, so this becomes px multiplied by rx plus s and plus q rx plus s. Now this becomes prx squared plus psx plus qrx plus qs, right? Okay, now this becomes prx squared plus, you have x here and you have x here, right? In these two terms we have x as the common variable. Let's take out this variable x common. So this term becomes ps plus qr and this variable x and then plus qs, right? Now we have this x squared, we have x, and then we have a constant term. It tells us that pr will be a certain number, ps will be a certain number, qr will be a certain number, because these are the actually coefficients. The coefficients can be any real numbers, right? So this will be a number, this will be a number, this will be a number, and this will be a number. Okay, now it means that this ax squared plus bx plus c has been expressed in this form. Okay, now this is x squared and this is x squared. So its coefficient is a, its coefficient is pr. It means that a will be equal to pr, right? Next, this is x, this is x. The coefficient b will be equal to coefficient of ps plus qr. ps plus qr. It means that this middle term b, this middle term coefficient of this middle term can be split into two numbers, which is actually ps plus qr. We discussed ps is a certain number, qr is a certain number, right? It means that this b can be split into addition of two numbers, that is ps plus qr. Remember this thing. Next, this constant term and this constant term, these two will have to be equal, right? It means that if you look at this one, this is c is equal to qs. Now let's number this. This is 1, this is 2, and this is 3. It means that if we take this 2, the middle term b can be expressed as the addition of two numbers, that is b is equal to ps plus qr, right? Where the addition of these two numbers is equal to b and their multiplication, if you multiply these two numbers, that is ps and qr, ps multiplied by qr will be equal to, this is ps multiplied by qr. Let's rearrange it and I'll show you why we are rearranging it. Let's write, this is pr multiplied by qs. This is actually what? P multiplied by S multiplied by Q multiplied by R, right? And we can write this as P multiplied by R and multiplied by Q multiplied by S. right? This is what we have done actually. Now, what's PR? PR is actually equal to A. What's QS? QS is actually equal to C. It means that the addition of two numbers will be equal to B, and the multiplication of these two numbers will be equal to AC. That is A multiplied by C. The addition of two numbers will be equal to this B. It means that we have split the middle term now. Your split means that you have taken two numbers, and when you are adding them, you are actually getting B, such that the multiplication of those two numbers will be equal to AC. That is A multiplied by C. I'll show you two examples, and this whole concept will be completely clear to you. You have 6x squared plus 17x plus 5. You have to factorize this polynomial by splitting its middle term, that is 17x. So, let's take two numbers. Let's take two number. Two numbers P and Q. Let's take two numbers P and Q. Now we know that P plus Q has to be equal to 17, and PQ has to be equal to 5 multiplied by 6, or 6 multiplied by 5. That is A multiplied by C. This is A, this is C. That is 6 multiplied by 5, that is 30. Okay. Now, what will be that two numbers which when added give you 17, and which when multiplied give you 30? For that, write down the factors of 30. So if you write down the factors of 30 are 1, right? Then 2, then 3, then 5, then 6, then 10, then 15, and then 30. So these are the factors of 30, right? Okay, factors means that if you divide this 30 by these numbers, then your quotient will be equal to 0. That's why these are factors. This number has to be completely divisible by its factors. Okay, now take two numbers such that their addition is equal to 17 and their multiplication is actually equal to 30. You will get only two numbers, and those two numbers are this 2 and 15. 15 plus 2 is equal to 17, and 15 multiplied by 2 is equal to 30. Okay, so it means that we can write this 6x squared plus 17x plus 5 equal to 6x squared plus 15 plus 2x. 15 plus 2x, we have split this middle term, and then plus 5. So from here you get 6x squared plus 15x plus 2x plus 5. So this gives you have this is x, this is x, this is x squared, right? Now this can be written as, this 6x squared can be written as 3 multiplied by 2 multiplied by x, okay, plus this 15x can be written as 3 multiplied by 5 multiplied by x, right? And then you have this is 2 multiplied by x plus 5. Okay, now you have 3 common here, you have 3 common here, you have this 1x common here, you have 1x common here in these two terms. Take out 3x common. So inside the bracket you'll have 2x plus 5, right? The distributive property of multiplication or addition, and then plus this is 2x plus 5. Right? Now this is actually what? This is actually 3x plus 1 multiplied by 2x plus 5. And how? Now you have two terms. This is one term, 3x multiplied by 2x plus 5, and this is another term, that is 2x plus 5. Two terms, and this 2x plus 5 and 2x plus 5, these two are common in both these two terms. It means that when you take out this common term, you are left with 3x plus 1 multiplied by 2x plus 5, because we have again used distributive property of multiplication or addition. So you can clearly see that now actually you have written this particular polynomial as the multiplication of its two factors. So you have factorized it, and you have done it by splitting its middle term, that is 17x. Let's take one more example. Fx is equal to 2x squared plus 9x plus 9. So again, let's our two numbers be p and q, such that p plus q is equal to 9 and pq is equal to 9 multiplied by 2. 9 multiplied by 2, that is 18. Okay, write all the factors of 18. So factors of 18 are 1, then you have 2, then you have 3, 4, no, 5, no, 6, 7, no, 8, no, 9, then 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and then finally 18. So these are the factors of this number 18. Okay, now two numbers such that they add up to 9 and their multiplication is equal to 18. So the two numbers will be 6 and 3, because 3 plus 6 is equal to 9 and 3 multiplied by 6 is equal to 18. So p plus q is equal to 9 and p multiplied by q is equal to 18. So these are the two numbers, 3 and 6. So we can write this as now 2x squared plus 9x plus 9 is equal to, this is 2x squared, this 9x is actually now 3x plus 6x, or let's write it like this, that will be much better. 6x plus 3x, we can write 3x plus 6x also, there will be no difference. Just, it will save some steps of ours when we are calculating it. So 6x plus 3x plus, this is 9. Now this is 2x squared, means it's actually we can take out 2x common. Then if you take out 2x common, inside you will have x plus 3, right? Distributive property of multiplication over addition. This is basically what? 2x squared plus 6x. So we have 2x here, and if we take out 2x common, then you have x left in this term, and you have 3 left in this term. 2x multiplied by x plus 3, plus if you take out 3 common, then you have x plus 3. This is basically what? 3x plus 9, right? Now we have again two terms. One term is 2x multiplied by x plus 3, and we have 3 multiplied by x plus 3, two terms, and again x plus 3 is common in both these two terms. Using distributive property of multiplication or addition, that is in layman terms, let's say that we take out it common, so you are left with 2x plus 3 multiplied by x plus 3. Distributive property of multiplication or addition. This x plus 3 is the common. So again, you have expressed this polynomial into its factors, that is, you have factorized this polynomial by splitting its middle term. And how we did this? By splitting this 9x as 6x plus 3x. Why 6x plus 3x? Because 6 plus 3 is equal to 9, and 6 multiplied by 3 is equal to 18, that is actually equal to 9 multiplied by 2. So this is about factorizing a polynomial by splitting its middle term.